Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today on this Friday afternoon. We've got 9 races on the card here today. It is fast, it is firm, it is a beautiful day for racing all weekend long. We've got some exciting things going on, a couple of overnight stakes races, Brian, tomorrow, 2 features, and a fun weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got good turf racing all weekend as well. Good. The game face tomorrow for the 3-year-old fillies marks the return of Unchained Elaine, who we last saw winning a graded stakes in the championship meet. Andrea for C2 Racing,
Yeah.
and looking forward to that. But of course, yesterday I thought they hit the Rainbow Six yesterday. I was incorrect. So
Nobody had. I mean, somebody had the 8.
yeah, there were 4 live singles, and I misread the number. And 75,000 is the estimated jackpot. We got Ronnie back today. That's always a good thing, and so he's got the ticket. But as we talk about yesterday, there were 2 of them were very, very logical horses in the finale. 4 singles total, and wouldn't surprise me at all. There's a couple key scratches today, so we'll kind of sift through this card a little bit. Yeah. A couple late at least, but kind of a bummer. But we've been pretty fortunate with the old scratch bug today. Kind of hit us. You mentioned you lost a lot of top picks. I did as well, so we'll get through it.
All right, the opener, it's a 12-5, claiming non-winners of 2. Lifetime event. The number 1, Gray Enough, is out, and the 5 will race with blinkers off today here. She's not a very big player in this spot, but let's take a look at your early pick 5.
Yep, we'll take a look at it now. We'll go 3 deep in here. $40.50 ticket for me. Race number 2, the 10, short number in there on top. Art Wins Aren't Luck. I don't love her, but if it's not her today, you really got to spread around, in my opinion. Race number 3, it's into the 4, Sneak Preview. Race number 4, the 3, Noble Dreamer. In race number 5, I do scratch in to the 5, and that is Blue Spearman. There was a late scratch in there as well of the 6, Frizon, who was my top pick. So we'll run through them all, obviously, and Pete's upstairs with that as well. But this is a $40.50 early pick 5.
I was giving you the changes for race number 2, not for race number 1. Just jumping the gun a little bit. Well, it's very early in the betting, but the 3 right now, fully entitled. That's who I have on top. Where'd you go?
Yeah, I went to the other horse that can win. These are 2 heavy favorites.
Right.
Princess Claudia, quite frankly, I don't know why, but we'll show you. She dominated last time, and she's the now horse. This was a powerful maiden claiming win, and they bet her like she was going to win, and lo and behold, she did. She got a little bit of a setup, admittedly. But with that being said, CC Girl's on the lead here. She ran second. So it's not like the race completely fell apart. Took her a little while to get going. She's kind of a big lumbering filly, as maybe you would think a daughter of Vino Rosso would be. But once she tips out, she's going to win easily. She's going to win for fun. Chris Elliott got another win yesterday. So he's now got 3 wins down here in very limited time as he's bopping up and down the East Coast. And then Rajiv Mirage was aboard this day. And you're going to see her level out in the lane very, very nicely. It is difficult facing winners, and she's right back. But she's got just a ginormous recency edge over the 3 fully entitled.
Yep, absolutely, for all the reasons that you mentioned, and this is just a distance for her that fits her perfectly. Fully entitled, this horse coming off of a very long layoff and not a lot to go on here, but it's Safi, it's Edgar, and just, coming off of a win at Oaklawn, but that was over a year ago.
Yeah, if she goes favored in here, I think it's a great sign. I ended up going with the 7 as the favorite simply because of what you just saw and the simple fact that it was last month. And now here's fully entitled. We haven't seen her in well over a year. I guarantee you they didn't claim her for 30 at Oaklawn to wait until, May 30th a year later. So there are major issues here. She seems like she's worked okay. There's a few gaps. She doesn't come back at the bottom. It's Safi, Mr. Ramsey, and Edgard, so everything adds up. I just didn't want to take a underlaid price on a horse. Quite honestly, we don't know how she's going to perform.
Yeah, we don't. We'll have to check it out and just watch the tote board as it gets closer. Race 2, it starts that early pick 4. I have got the ticket here. We are back with the Tropical Turf Pick 3 tomorrow and Sunday. I'm starting off with a single and the 3 here. Belle of the South. Race number 3, I do have the 7 on top. That is How About It. Race number 4, I've got the 1, Smart Jenny, on top. And in race number 5, the 6 on top for me, Frisian. So for a $13.50 play for me here. Race number 2, as I jumped the gun earlier in the first race, the 1, Collective Nation, is out of here. The 5, Blinkers, will go off of Alithia. And which way did you go here?
Well, I don't want to pick the 10, but, she's got to win today. My goodness, she's got to win today. We kind of said that last time, and she didn't.
Yeah.
She's so much faster than these horses. The post position's not great. She's burning just tons of money. I'll give her one more try. She gets a huge weight break today, weight allowance today, getting upwards of, 10 pounds from some of these gals. I would never advocate betting her at, even money, 6-5, 7, especially with a key scratch now. I'm just going to pick her. I have no problems at all with doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it didn't feel conducive to use both of those in this spot here. So Belle of the South for me. Blinkers go on here. A Misael gets aboard. That's a good sign, I think, in my opinion, here for the Heather Smolin barn, who's actually, the horses are running really well. And with the quality that she has, they're stepping up okay. And this is going to just be her second time here on the Gulfstream Park Tapeta. So I think you're eligible to improve.
She ran very well last time. She's got speed. She's got a big-time speed/gate rider. She's probably going to have to win this on the inside as the speed, at least early on. I've got no problems because you're going to have quite potentially an odds-on favorite, which means you get a ton of value elsewhere.
Race number 3, it is a maiden $35,000 claiming event. These are for the 3-year-olds and upward. 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. We lost my long shot, which is the number 1, Skellig Michael, as well as the 6, Acquisitive. The 4 for you, Sneak Preview. Finally looks like he gets the necessary drop in class.
Yep, and he should be a pretty stiff favorite in here with a couple of scratches. How about this stat I found, too, on Jose D'Angelo? Because this is a horse that's been doing the dirt thing. He's now going to try Tapeta. 31% dirt to Tapeta with a giant ROI. The cutback here today seems like it's huge as well because his dirt sprint form, was very, very good. He's another one now that's going to get a huge weight allowance. Yolber Torres winning a couple races of late. Good to see. The sprint form just demolishes this field. The only question is obviously how's he going to handle the Tapeta, but the stat says he's going to handle it just fine.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see because I think as far as this field goes, he drew a pretty easy field. I was willing to play against him, and that's why I went with a long shot, but I didn't even have him as a second choice. How about it for me? We'll get back to the Tapeta track, in which I thought he ran a pretty good race there for the $35,000 level back in January.
Yeah, he didn't run poorly at all in his second career start, his only start on the Tapeta as well. Everybody in here needs the heavy favorite to not like Tapeta.
Right.
It's as simple as that. But again, we're gambling here, and the risk reward will be there on other horses like this. You get a little break here with Chris Elliott getting aboard. We've got a nice post, seemingly with some tactical speed as well. No problems at all. Fernando Abreu, very solid meet so far too.
And I think just circling back to the 4 really quick, I think it's significant to note that Jose came and worked this horse here across the Tapeta track.
And he blazed across it. Now, they all blaze across it in the morning. Wildly fast in the morning, but certainly he handled it. It looks it, at least.
Yes, most definitely. Now, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we have Ron Nicoletti's Rainbow 6 ticket here, $75,000 in that estimated pool. We'll be right back.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian Nato and Samantha Perry with you on this beautiful Friday afternoon. We have 9 races on the card. That means that Rainbow 6 will begin in race number 4, and Ron has the ticket. We'll take a quick look at it here. $75,000 in that estimated pool.
Yeah, you know what we did mention at the start? There are a lot of tracks not running today. There are tracks that are off the turf today. There are tracks that are sloppy today. No, not down here. We're fast and firm. Pools are going to be very healthy because of all of that I just mentioned. So jump in this rainbow here. Here's Ronnie's, standard kind of play at 43.20. You can see the single is in race number 6 to the 5, and that is my best bet of the day as well. It's very low-hanging fruit, but I couldn't really go anywhere else, so we'll just single Rachel's Song, and then the spread is for Ron in race number 7 with 4 deep in there. That race got really whacked around with scratches, so we'll see about that. The big heavy favorite is out of there as well. 43.20, and again, Ronnie back today. Will be out here for the opener.
All right, let's get into it. It's a 12-5 claiming event, 6 furlongs on that fast main track. We have a scratch of the 2 Star of Saturn, which is a pretty big scratch in this race. It now just leaves a field of 5. The 3 for you, Noble Dreamer.
Yeah, everything stayed intact for me. I had Star of Saturn in 3rd, so we get to do this. I like the aggressive rise by Garofalo here. This horse absolutely dominated for 62.50, getting back to the dirt for the first time. The old Samantha angle, and who the heck you're supposed to be scared of in here on a class rise. It is a class rise. Don't get me wrong. Now we're doubling up in class, but defended, we're going to show you in a second. I don't know, on a switch as well. So, Noble Dreamer's not going to be favored in here. They're going to go to defended. I liked that race a lot last time. And again, we get the hot rider and Chris, boy, we're talking about him. He could have a multiple win day today, right?
Yeah, he really could. He just is picking up the wins left and right here. The 1 Smart Ginny for me, I like the win. 2 starts back, tried way too tough of competition last time out. This is just not a allowance optional claiming race, and we'll see Julie's Legacy tomorrow in a pretty nice feature that we've got sandwiched in between our
Game Face.
Yes, Game Face and Powder Break. Yeah,
there we go.
So well, this race, we'll talk about the 5, although we won't be able to see it because our...
No, we're good.
Okay, well, our channel is out. Hey, Dennis, our TV is out here. But, hey, we'll go ahead and pull up the 5th race, defended.
Yeah.
I mean, the 5th 5-horse defended here. And are you supposed to win this?
That's why I wanted to show this. Now, Julie's Legacy somehow wasn't even favored in this race, and she ran big, and she's going to blow up probably tomorrow off the Victor Barboza claim. I really like her in that spot tomorrow.
Yeah.
Defended ran well, and your horse is back there somewhere too, right? And that's Smart Jenny.
Yes.
Defended ran very, very well in this spot because Julie's Legacy would be 1 to 100 in this race. The question with Defended is the good, the bad, the good in the bad race there. Is she going to regress a little bit today? I don't know. So we'll see what we got here. Coming back to us there.
There we are.
Checking Defended out behind us here. She is so much the horse to beat. The post position works for her perfectly as well. It is a switch away from Oscar Gonzalez. Jose Morelos is winning 2 races a day too.
Absolutely.
Everything points to her, but again, gambling, very short number on Defended.
Yeah, hard to trust here for sure. And I think that I think a lot of people, they're either just going to single Defended and move on or try to go somewhere else.
I wouldn't. This is the very likely. A lot of people will view this as a free square in the rainbow. Although it is the first leg, people don't like to go out in that open
I know.
leg.
I love having a single in the first leg. It's a lot more fun that way.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Yep. All right. Race number 5. It is the start of a late pick 5 in an $8,000 claiming event. Non-winners of 3, lifetime 5.5 on the Tapeta. We'll take a quick look at my late pick 5 ticket here. It's a $36 play. We'll get into this in just a second. This race here, race 6, I'm just going to single the 5, Rachel's Song for Jose D'Angelo. I feel like every week there's a Rachel horse, and I can't ever get them right. Race number 7, the 7 on top for me. That is Red Hot Spark. Race number 8, the 3, Captain Cajun, and I'm going to use Devo d'Oro as well. And in race number 9, I do have the 6, Bubbles Up on top for Jose D'Angelo, and that aforementioned Chris Elliott.
One of those Rachel's horses is a male too, which always kind of, you got to be careful.
Yep,
there.
exactly. So this 5th race here, we lost the number 4 star
Well,
of
Frizen's
the Beast
out
here.
too. That was
yes,
late
Frizen.
too.
Yep, that was a late one
Yep.
with Frizen being out, and that really kind of changes things as well. Well, at least underneath for sure. But the 5 Blue Spearman, did you always have on top?
No,
okay.
this is the old double scratch to me. I had Frizen on top. Blue Spearman now getting back to the Tapeta, I think, is significant. Didn't fire on the main track last time. Was avoided claim, 2 starts back,
Yeah.
but has worked since then. Again, double scratch into a horse like this. Get a look on the track, but
Yeah.
the Tapeta is the key here. This horse is 5 for 8 in the exacta on the Tapeta.
Yeah, exactly. That's just very impressive there. Mintanon, didn't you had this
Yep.
horse last time? This horse can improve on the Tapeta second time.
Didn't run poorly.
No.
Now we're going to show you this replay. Now
Yeah.
a couple of them are out of this race,
Yeah.
so they're still in this replay, obviously. Mintanon runs third. He beats everybody else. Star of the Beast trying to loop. There's Frizzon in a little bit of a traffic spot there. In Mintanon, I thought he ran pretty well. It was the first start for Carlos David. There's out the back there. Don't Answer is going to close for a tiny little piece. The only thing is, you always assume when Carlos gets a horse into the barn, because this was the first time for Carlos from Victor Carrasco, you really assume that a horse is going to move way forward.
Yeah.
Mintanon didn't do that at all.
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
And now we're down on the inside. That race is probably not going to cut it today.
No,
so
not
he's
here.
going to need to move forward. And it's only 3 starts, but the 2 wins are elsewhere. He's 0 for 3 on the Tapeta, too. So we'll have to see. I think he's vulnerable today.
What about the number 2 here?
Well, Otto is a horse I threw in. Otto is the horse that moves way up with
Yeah.
the flow of this race now.
That's fair, yeah.
These countless scratches for whatever reason. Otto, I mean, he stopped on a dime in his last race. I don't get it. I don't know why. Andy Williams, very quietly, has done good work on Tapeta. He claimed this horse. We'll have to get a look at him because he just closed up shop at 11-10
Yeah.
last time. He's got speed, and he kept his speed, and that could play in here, especially with the scratches.
Yeah, he looks like he could be loose as he wants to. Will he see it through? That's the big question, what remains to be seen. Now, race number 6 starts the late pick 4 in our first grass race of the day. State-bred fillies, allowance optional claimers. The rails are at 66 feet here today, and we do have a clean race of 7. We'll take it away with your late pick 4.
Yeah, we're gonna have to single out a very short number in here. This is the other kind of anchor in the rainbow, especially with a potential one kicking off the sequence here. Race 7, I do double scratch into the 2. Foxy Lady. Race number 8, it's the 7. Scratch into that one as well. Divo Doro, I lost my long shot. And in race number 9, this one's at least clean. I've got the 2 Anna Capri on top for Antonio Sano, and that is a $12 kind of zigging and zagging, bobbing and weaving adjusted late pick 4.
All right. Well, I like your single here. I'm
Well,
singling
yeah.
with Rachel's song too. You have to. This mare is getting back with state breds. The last time she was at state breds, it was on the Tapeta track, and she has got a ton of upside with her speed here.
Yeah, and she did draw well to be outside other speed. I think we'll have cheap speed from the 4 at
Yes.
Atlanta Alexandra. She's over 4 on the turf, but as kind of Samantha alluded to, her turf races have been against open company and just better horses, and now she gets to play with state breds in here as well. She's in a really good spot today to kind of finally break through, at least on the turf.
Yeah, absolutely. You wonder, her losses are adding up on the turf, but now against a field like this, she's the one for
Correct.
some minor rewards. Burn Away, another one of those that I think she's just a little bit better on the Tapeta.
I agree totally. The reason I put her in second is because I think she's a flow horse that will pass horses in the lane. The favorite's probably potentially going to fry some other horses that want to be close early. You're doing the same thing with the 7
Yeah.
Bedrock Birdie. These are horses coming from off the pace. Can they win? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Can they pass a lot of them? I do think so.
Yeah, absolutely. And Verifiable, we don't have this horse picked at all, but she's got some speed as well. But, gosh, that Tampa turf form has not held up at all.
Not yet, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of horses come over from across the state with Tampa closing. And you're right, Ron has said it too. They're not running well, at least not yet.
Yep, not yet. Now, race 7, it is a claiming $6,250 level. 6 furlongs on the main track. A couple of scratches here with the number 4. It's Only Words, and the 5 Madness here, but luckily still a field of 6. Did I get that right? All right, there we go. The 2 for you, Foxy Lady.
Yeah, the old double scratch into Foxy
Yeah.
Lady. She didn't run poorly at all last time, and she's probably, oh yeah, she's the horse to beat now. That is for sure. She might be 6-5 now with the 4 out and the 5 out. It's a good race. Second to Noble Dreamer, who ran off well clear of Red Hot Spark. So she's clearly the horse to beat, but there's not a ton of trust on a horse like her.
No, I've got Red Hot Spark
Yeah.
on top, but I did scratch into her. Didn't double scratch, just one scratch into her. Again, we'll get the apprentice aboard who's had a couple of races,
Yes.
wins under his belt, which is a good sign, but she just picked up the pieces of Foxy Lady and Noble Dreamer last time.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't run at all. She was third, but she
No.
did no running at all. Samantha said it perfectly. Okay, you have Miguel's Bell in second, who's certainly not going to be 15-1 anymore.
No.
I don't know what happened last time, but
Yeah.
if you want to just be hard-headed and just hope and draw a line through it that she's going to bounce back, she's a big player in here
Yeah.
off her prior form. And Herbie Miller's had her, and he reclaimed her.
Yeah, that's what I found interesting, and he's got 2 in the race. I'm going to use them both in my late pick 5 just because I had some room
Sure.
to do that there. She's a sneaky one. Like you said, if you're in a forgiving mood today and you want to forgive that last effort
Yeah.
on May 9th, then you could do worse than that barn there. Now, race 8, a late double, $25,000 level, non-winners of 2 lifetimes, 6 furlongs on the fast main track. We scratched the 4, back 'em up, and the 5, Loyal Clement, and Diva Doro. He'll be hammered here, huh?
Yeah, I had the 5 on top. That's
Yep.
my long shot today. So we scratch in to Diva Doro, and the second choice on the morning line is out. So you're looking at odds on with the old Diva Doro here. And, I get it. The horses didn't like the Tapeta, okay?
Yep.
Main track races, we can show a stat as well with Kent Sweezy. Main track races are just way better than these, especially with the
Absolutely.
scratch. Here's a good stat for Kent at
Yeah.
27%, and won a race yesterday, and all things add up to Diva Dora at a short number, at least on the tote board. Doesn't have to win, but on the tote board, short number.
Well, it's significant to note that Sheboy won yesterday. And the last time this horse was on the dirt, it was a really close second place to Sheboy.
And he ran
Sheboy
real
gutted
good
it out.
yesterday.
Yeah. So we didn't have him. He's a hard one to trust as well. He's the poster boy for that. But Diva Doro moves up a lot. Captain Cajun for the Mike Yates barn. I know that the Tampa race is probably not as good as the field here, but with that little bit of speed to the inside, I think we'll be good.
You know what I like about that race? Okay, was he couldn't see it out at 70 cents on the dollar, and a lot of people are going to be irritated by that. And I get it. It was his first start in almost a year. You know what I like? Mike brings him back over here in the big leagues, and he's running for a quarter.
Yeah.
He's in for 16 last time. So he
Yeah,
doesn't
and
want
non-winners of 3,
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
So he skipped a
Good
condition.
point.
Yeah.
So he skipped a condition. Mike doesn't want to lose him, and he doesn't drop him to the bottom or anything like that. 25 is a real number. So I feel like he's going to improve. Of course, no more value with him with scratches, but he's a dangerous, dangerous horse.
Yep, absolutely. Now, race number 9 here. By the way, race 8 does kick off that coast-to-coast pick 5 back all weekend, and 2 from here, 3 from Santa Anita. Just want to note with that. We'll look at it in the lightning round as well. But the second leg of the coast-to-coast pick 5 is our finale, a mile and a 16th on the grass. It's $35,000 maiden claimers, and what a puzzle this race is here. These are just for the straight 3-year-olds, and we're all over the place with the 2 Anna Capri for you. Oh, my favorite thing, a gun runner on the grass.
Yeah, right. We'll mention quickly the 4 is Blinkers On. That was late as well. Blinkers On the 4. Yeah, gun runner on the grass. Nobody shouldn't like it, but she's run well. I didn't see a lot in here. The post too. Rails at 66 feet. You don't want to be outside trying to loop or trying to save ground, because it's not going to happen with that quick run to the turn. You're going to get Edgar Zayas as well, as I always say ad nauseum, but he's the best turf rider we have here. Antonio might be heating up a little bit, so it's a spread race for me. I'll put her on top.
All right. I do have the 6 Bubbles up on top. You've got in your mix as well. Gets Lasix on for the first time as a 3-year-old. The races, this horse is a very even runner, and I think that although the designer bag cheese race was not a very strong field back in October last year, this isn't honestly a very strong field either, and it's a drop into the 35 level.
Yep, I'm going to get Lasix here as well. We've got Chris Elliott too, so again, another live horse for him. Going to get a weight break as well. Post is not terrible. It's a good segue to the 8, where the post is a problem for the 8, but I think she is the horse to beat.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay. This, and actually Anna Capri is in this spot as well, in this race replay as well. I don't remember what number. We'll have to look.
Yeah,
the 5.
Worth considering is trying to loop here, and Anna Capri is there as well, and she's kind of on the inside, and she's more kind of grinding, we'll say. Listen, worth considering, ran the best race of anyone in here. Doesn't give her much margin for error. The rails are a problem for her. Blinkers come off today. Team Mubarak got her back to kind of her race, and from Chad Brown, because she didn't like the Tapeta at all.
No,
she's the horse to beat without a doubt. But again, there's other ways you can go in here.
Yeah, I think what's good to note for her today is she'll get an extra 16th, which will really help. That was just a flat mile that time, so I think that will help. And with the Misael board, you think that you'll theoretically get some speed.
You would hope, he's going to be a little more active early on, because again, it's going to come very quick for this turn.
Yes, absolutely. Now that is 9 of them for us today on this beautiful Friday afternoon. We'll take a look at the lightning round, as Brian and I mentioned at the top of the hour. What a nice little dual stakes action we have for Saturday racing.
Yeah, the game face for the 3-year-old fillies on the main track, and we last saw Unbridled Elaine running. She got a absolutely setup of the year, but she still ran very, very well, and running down a very talented horse in Rojo Rita, who would be firmly favored if she was in this race, aside from Unbridled Elaine is what I mean. And this is it's a big time effort there in a graded stakes race, so she's the one to beat. Andrea, awesome at Tampa in her return. She'll have to prove it without Lasix, but it's kind of a fun little clash in the game face tomorrow.
It really is. So come out and join us for that. That will leave us race 6 tomorrow, and then in the finale we've got the powder break, which is a good one as well. Now Father's Day is coming up, and Mother's Day was such a huge day here with all the families out celebrating Mom, and I hope everybody will join us at Tin Palms on June 15th for Father's Day.
Yeah, it's always very well received, like you said, with Mother's Day at Tin Palms, and get your tickets early, because this will sell out as well, and you can see there's just a lot of different ways you can go. That's why it's the 85 plus up there, and
good food.
Great food. Celebrate Dad.
I like it. And the Coast to Coast, as we mentioned earlier, it does start in race number 8 today. So it's 8 and 9 here from Gulfstream, and 6, 7, and 8 from Santa Anita.
Yeah, and again, like I said, with a lot of tracks either off or struggling with the weather in the Northeast and in the Midwest, we don't struggle with that here. It's fast, it's firm. This is a really good sequence ending out there at our sister track, Santa Anita. These pools today will be very, very healthy, so you should get involved.
All right, and your best bet today?
Yeah, I'm not going to make any friends with this, but it's Rachel's song at a very short number at race 6.
Yeah, mine is in the finale with Bubbles Up, but I'm using a couple others in my elite pick 5.
Yeah,
so
I lost my long shot.
Yeah, I did too. Yep. So that's it. We'll have to see who Ron's long shot is, and maybe we'll just key off of that and just welcome him back here to the show. That's 9 of them for us today. Brian and Samantha with you. Ron will be out for the opener. Thanks so much for joining us each and every day. We've got Pete Aiello upstairs. He will give you the scratches and the changes on the card. Good luck today.